Boom. Let's actually film this now.
Please listen carefully.
Hey friends! So, this is a video that's kind of been in my notes to create for a really long time, but the only thing was I wasn't 18 yet. You can't tell by the name of the video, this is 18 things in 18 years. I wanted to do this in two sections. For one, because it's 18, that's a lot, so I don't want this to be even an 18-minute video, that's really long. About half and half in each video. More of kind of the moral and values side of things. It's not like, I learned how to ride a bike, I learned how to put makeup on. You know, I have it all written down, and we're gonna go through it. Ironically, the first one is responsibility. For the last probably 4 or 5 years, so many people will tell me, oh, when you turn 18 you have all these things, you're gonna have so many more responsibilities and so much more to do, but it doesn't just kind of throw at me at 18. Like, I don't just suddenly have all these random things that come up. These were things that were built up, whether it's looking for a job or creating a resume and being more responsible for myself, which I'm grateful for because it means I didn't feel overwhelmed just because, oh, my birthday passed, now suddenly I need to do all these things. Responsibility, yes, there's a lot more of it. That wasn't really a big deal to begin with. Like, I feel like if I do something wrong, if something goes wrong, if I do something, it's my problem. Number 2 is respect. The 2 R's that I like the most, responsibility and respect. Respect is a big one. In my household where I grew up, respect is a huge thing. Having respect for other people and kind of having a certain level of manners at all times, whether, no matter how casual the conversation is, or no matter how casual the situation is, or who you're talking to, you have some kind of respect for them, even if it's somebody you've never met before, and eventually they can gain even more respect from you by their personality, the way they act, or they might lose it, it all depends. But having that kind of set bar of where your respect is for a person, and then it could just go higher or lower there as opposed to starting it too low or too high, is something I've definitely had to learn how to do. Number 3 is completely unrelated. It's style. And the reason I put this on the list is because the way you dress and the way you introduce yourself to people by your mannerism and the way you act, but also with your style, is just, I never realized how important it was until a few years ago. If I'm gonna walk out in jeans and a t-shirt, I'm gonna put a necklace on, or I'm gonna put a little extra something on, I'm gonna have makeup on, or I have my hair done. That's one thing is gonna be done. If all of it is gonna be casual, one thing's gonna be done, and that's kind of my rule. Because you never know who you're gonna run into, you never know what situation you'll be in. You might think you're just gonna go to the grocery store, but then you get a call and someone's like, do you wanna meet for lunch? Do you wanna go do this? Do you wanna come to this event? You never know. And so being prepared and being kind of ready for anything is such a big thing to me, because your first impression to someone could be at the time that you least expect it. Number 4 is kind of interesting. It's stay young as the way I listed it. But I think what I mean by that is a lot of girls, I'll say girls specifically, but guys do the same thing. But I know a lot of people that feel like they have to act older than they are, or they have to prove that they're more mature and that they're, you know, grown up. Like, I don't feel like you need to prove that. I don't look 18. I look like I'm 14 or 15. I know that. And a lot of people have told me that. Like, I know that. I'm 5'2", I'm small, I'm short, and I also look relatively young. And so at 16, I looked literally 12. I don't find shame in watching a cartoon. I don't find shame in going to the movies to see a kid's movie. Like, I don't care about those things, you know? And if I really like Pokemon Go, I really like Pokemon Go, and that doesn't make me a child. And if I want to go get ice cream, I will go get ice cream. Those kind of things, I feel like you lose so quickly in today's generation, because we're so focused on the social media side of things that we mature really quickly, and we have to learn more. We have to be mature quickly. We have to be more secure. We have to be more aware. But that doesn't mean you have to lose the young in you. You don't have to act like you're bigger and better than you actually are. You can be you. You can like the things that you like. Number 5 kind of relates to style, but it's beauty. It's this. It's the makeup, it's whatever else. But not even just that, but taking care of what's underneath all of this as well, in order to make the, even on the very all the way from the very inside to the outside, to the lipstick, to this, to whatever it is you apply on the outside, even if you don't put anything on. I've heard a million times that inner beauty is more important, and 100%, 1,000,000,000% that is true. Point is that taking care of every part of you and not just taking part of one thing. Like, there's the inner, there's you, there's the raw you that people see, and then there's whatever embellishment you put on top of that. I consider makeup, curling your hair, dyeing your hair colors, all those things, the embellishments, the accessories to you. And what reflects off of you is the first two, and that's like a big thing for me. It's really important to know what's most important out of the three, and that the last one is not a big deal. Yes, that's what first impression might be, and you have to be careful with how you take care of that, but the first two, and even if they're not doing well, but if you're taking care of them, if you're cleaning them, if you're shining them, if you're doing whatever, even an antique can come back to life and bring so much more than what the embellishments will. 6. Oh gosh. Number 6 is money. It's, I can't stand having to handle it, but it at the same time, it's something I learned how to take care of a while ago. It's a big thing of watching. I'm a very visual person, so a lot of things I know how to do now, I've learned from watching someone else do it. And that's one of those things where I watched my parents handle money for the longest time. The ups and the downs taught me a lot. It taught me what do you do and what do you don't do. It's okay to save money, even saving $5, $10 here and there. That could be hundreds of dollars later, and sometimes that's underestimated, and I think adults, including myself, will underestimate that drastically. Like, you forget that every little dollar adds up so quickly. Something I've been horrible at when I was younger is now so important to me. Number 7. Friendships. Having grew up in California up until almost middle school, and then we moved to Texas for a year, and then we came here. So I've had a lot of very different and very interesting friendships. And of course, being a dancer and being an artist on top of that, you meet a lot of really interesting people. I used to be the kind of person where I only kind of had these certain, whoa, what just happened? Chill. Certain bar of friendships, like they had to reach these certain goals, like here's 1, 2, and 3, and they have to hit all 3 of them or forget it. Probably middle school, I didn't have any patience for people that had a very different personality than me. I wasn't very open to listening to their opinion, listening to who they are, and even if they're so different, but getting joy out of being their friend, either because they're funny or because they're entertaining or just a good person. It took till high school for me to really become very social and very into meeting people, and especially now, it feels good to walk up to somebody and have a conversation with them. We might have completely opposite views and everything else in the world, but whatever we talk about, for some reason, we're just connecting. And I felt that a lot this year, because this was the year that I went to a few dance conventions, and particularly at a dance convention. Yeah, you have dance in common, but the last thing you're going to talk about is dance, because that's obvious, that's what you're there for, that's what you're doing. But when you actually want to get to know a person, I discovered that with several people that look like someone I would never speak to, but then I start talking to them, and we're sitting there for hours at a time, just talking whenever we're waiting for rehearsals and classes. Like, I'll have conversations with people I never thought I would. And now I have friends in, like, Tennessee and Kentucky, Florida, North Carolina, Texas, like, everywhere. And that's pretty great. And I think, I don't know where the socialness came from. I don't know, I think it was something I always wanted. I was very shy when I was younger. Now there's like a tiny bit of that, like somewhere in the back of my head, but in the end, I crave like going and meeting new people. And Number 8 is one that I didn't want to talk about, but I'm going to. Ever since I was younger, probably since, literally ever, like ever since ever, the rule has been I would not start dating till I was 18. Dating has become something that's so particularly like whatever to me. It's like no different than going and seeing a movie with a friend. If I'm going to see a movie with some guy I might be interested in, like it's not really a huge difference to me anymore. I've not dated a lot of people. That said, It's not a huge deal to me to go on a date. Like, I like to get it, like I just said, I like to get to know people. I like to meet new people, and even if I never have a relationship with a person, if I can be their friend for the next 10 years, that's way more worth than going out, dating for a year or two, and then breaking up and never hearing from them again. I'd rather have that friendship than have the relationship. With that said, I'm all for it. If it works out, it works out, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I find the friendship to be more valuable than a temporary relationship. But thank you for watching. Next week will be part 2 of this video, and I'll be doing all the other 9 things. Just one hair. I've been watching this hair this entire time, and I know I haven't really fixed it because it just won't stay. See? Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. Check out the description for any social media. Again, you probably know what it is. And I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any other ideas for topics or things like that. I do have a long list of ideas, but if you have an idea that's like, you know, is something I should do, then please let me know. I'm probably more likely to do that than the ideas I have written down. So, yeah. Hope you enjoy. And I will see you next Tuesday. Bye!